Financial freedom is a decision, a very hard decision that people are unwilling to make. And I say that because there's some stuff that you have to give up. There's some stuff that you have to start doing that is very uncomfortable for people to do. For example, investing. Why? Because you work so hard for your money and then putting it into a vehicle that may or may not work out for you. But what people miss is even if you do lose money, it's not really a loss. It was a lesson. And it's the price of education. It's just like going to school. You put the bet on yourself that, hey, if I learn this information, I can possibly get a job from it. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get a job. But if you try hard enough and you put your effort into it, you could actually make money. Or you could actually get a job from what you learned. Same thing applies to investing. Whether it's in a business, the stock market, or even real estate. All have risk. But it's how you take that risk. You don't just go in and say, you know what, I'm going to invest $1 million and hope that I make 10 million tomorrow. Or I'm going to invest $1 and think that I'm going to come out a millionaire tomorrow. No, investing doesn't work that way. It absolutely doesn't work that way. There's risk in anything that you do, but you have to be able to say, you know what, I'm okay with taking this risk today. I'm okay with being able to put this money into the market and let it do its thing. And I'm specifically talking about the stock market. Like right now, and I find this to be a trending thing among Canadians. For Canadians, it's always, I gotta make more money. My time, is it really worth my time doing this? And I had 3 different conversations with 3 different people at 3 different income levels, but the theme was all the same, and it was all reoccurring. I was like, why does everybody think like this? Like, this is kind of amazing how people think. And I said to myself, what is it that I can help people do that can help them see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that it's not all about work? Like, for example, one professional, they said, like, I was telling them about something that I heard on the radio. And it was quite funny, the conversation that we had after, because they're like, the radio host said, a lot of people or the population of Canada is going down. And it has been going down for the last 3 quarters. So I was like, that's interesting. And they said it went down about 55,000 people in the first quarter. So I kept listening, and they said, yeah, cost of living is getting higher and it's so hard right now. And the radio host said, I would even leave, but I can't afford to leave. So she's stuck here. But I said, she's a radio host. Like, you can go anywhere and talk on the radio. So the person said to me, like, yeah, for my job, if I went to the States, I'd be getting a pay cut. And I was like, the States is not the only place that you can move. Like, there's a whole world out there. And it's like, I won't get more bang for my buck out there. But you are getting more bang for your buck, because the cost of living in other countries, or if you look, the cost of living in other countries could actually be cheaper. The person had nothing to say after that, because I guess they had that moment like, oh, I'm making less, but the cost of living is relatively less, or a fraction of what it costs to live in Canada. So it could work for that person. But after that, the conversation kind of just fell flat. Another conversation I had with somebody was, they were doing business and they said, yo, I gotta go back to the 9-to-5 grind. Like, you know, business just wasn't working out for me. And I said, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, like, you know. And they're like, yeah. And they said, I know everything that I need to do. And they're kind of just stuck on that same thing too, like just the limitations around them in their environment. It's like, yo, you can only do so much and blah, blah, blah. But I said, yeah, but you're only thinking of your backyard. What about the world, you know? It's like the world's your playground, but everybody's like giving themselves like a little space that they can work in, instead of saying, hey, maybe not just a little space, maybe the world, open up, you know, expand, instead of just conforming to the 9-to-5 job. Who knows what can happen? And then another conversation that I had with someone's like, yo, I'm working a second job, like, you know, gotta get out here and make that money. But what if you took that money you were making from that second job and put it into a vehicle that starts buying back your time? And when I say buy back your time, there's an easy calculation that you could do to learn how to buy back your time. It's taking your annual salary and dividing that by 2,000 hours. That will give you your real hourly rate. And when you have that hourly rate, you got to go out there and say, all right, well, then again, if you work a job, you already know what your hourly rate is. But how do you buy back that time? How do you buy back 1 hour of your time? And it's simple. You can put it into the stock market. When you start investing in stocks, and when I say investing, I'm talking about quality companies. You look at ones that are doing well and have been doing well over a long period of time, because at the end of the day, you're trying to buy back your freedom. Like, imagine if you could buy back 1 week of your time. Say that's 35 hours. What would you do with those 35 hours? You could probably do quite a lot. And I'm not talking about do stuff like, oh, I'd clean my house. I'll go run more errands. Like, no, busy bee. Like, slow down. What would you do that would be enjoyable for you? Like, you know, it could be just relaxing in your backyard, maybe gardening. Who knows? Maybe even picking up that book that you said you want to read for the last 6 years and still haven't picked it up and it's collecting dust on your coffee table. Things like that I'm talking about. What is it that you would really be doing? Like, you really got to ask yourself that question. I did this 15 question test about just like myself. And that one question was like, if you had everything that you wanted, what would you do? And I really had to just sit there and think to myself, it's like, yeah, what would I do? It's like, what's life after working so hard? What's life after work life? What would you be doing? You got to really ask yourself that. And what do wealthy people do? They go out, they enjoy themselves, they exercise, they do other things that they want to do. They're not worrying about the clock and what's next and what bill I got to pay. They're enjoying life. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not to be just, you know, what do I do? I have nothing to do. I have no life. Go out there and make a life for yourself. My brother gave me, it's funny, me and my brother were talking and I was telling him I'm on my walk and he's like, you do well in a walking club. And I thought to myself, I was like, yo, I had that thought earlier to be like in a walking club, because it's like, I'm out here walking by myself. I'm not lonely because I'm here making a video, but it's like interacting with people. Like, that's one thing people miss in their lives. You need to interact with other humans. It can't just be you, one, all alone all the time, because then you're going to get very bored and lonely. You need to have human interaction. And what great way to do it. It's like, hey, get my steps in, but also have people around me talking, and like, you know, it makes the walk that much more enjoyable. There's bike clubs, there's running clubs, there's all these clubs. People are joining clubs because they want to be a part of something. But you can't do that stuff if you're working around the clock all the time. So again, going back to this whole thing about what does your time cost you? It's like, if your time costs you, let's say you make $50 an hour. $50 an hour, it's like, what are you currently doing that is less than $50 an hour? And those tasks that you're doing that's less than $50 an hour should be tasks that you're giving to somebody else to do for you. Now, before you say I can't afford it, you can afford it. You just haven't figured out how to afford it. And the simple way I'm telling you how you can afford it is through the stock market. And if you're a beginner and you're saying, oh, I don't know what stocks to invest in, I created something called the Ticker Report that helps you identify quality companies so that you're just not randomly picking. And if you want a copy of it, you can just click the link down below to get it. Also, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching up until this point, just do me a favor and just hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up to just boost the algorithm. You know the deal already. But going back to this video, like I'm saying, this is just raw and cut because these are conversations I'm having on a daily basis with people. And I'm from Canada, and everybody is living the same type of life. It's like, I just work. Like, you know that Rihanna song? Instead of saying, let me enjoy life. What could I possibly do to enjoy life today? What is it that I wish I was doing if I didn't have to go to work? Those are questions you need to start asking yourself. Now, you're probably going to say, yeah, but that's you looking for your easy way out. Life is not meant to be easy. It's going to challenge you. But the challenges that life brings is actually growth. And you're running away from your true potential, your real growth that you would make when you actually start doing something. Like right now, me growing on YouTube is a growing pain. Like right now, my left arm is killing me because I'm holding up this camera to talk on it. And there's probably an easier way that I could do this. But I had the thought in my head and I was like, you know what? I just can't wait to just go home, write a script, edit it, cut that nonsense. Just get started. That is the easiest thing that you can actually do, to just start. Starting could look like you opening an investment account, you putting money into the actual investment, you actually learning, you putting pen to paper and taking notes. There's so many different things that you can do to get started. The only thing that's stopping you is you. You're probably saying, oh, this person and that person. No, stop that. Comparison is a thief of joy. And these things I'm telling you because I went through all these things. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. Because I'm tired of hearing people like, oh, life is so hard and blah, blah, blah. It's not hard. You're making it hard. But guess what? If life is so hard where you're at now, imagine what life would be, you being on the other side. Well, that starts with you actually making a choice. You saying, I'm going to actually do this. I can actually do this. And that's the whole purpose of this video. It's like, get out of your comfort zone and start getting uncomfortable being, or start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. That is the secret sauce that everybody has that you're missing. So instead of looking at what other people are doing, look at yourself and say, what is it that I'm currently doing that I don't like about my situation now? And as easy as it sounds, you write the opposite and you start doing that. You start doing that. You start, if you're somebody that sleeps in, start waking up early. I know it's killer, but you know how you overcome that? By going to bed early. And you probably don't even have a set bedtime. You start with your bedtime and that's it. These are simple things that you can start doing today. I know it sounds easier than it is, but it really is that easy. And all it takes is you to say to yourself, I'm gonna make a change. For me, one thing that stuck with me from my cousin, God rest his soul, he said, yo, stick to one thing for at least a year. And if it doesn't work, then you know it doesn't work and you can move on from it. Now, in terms of your health, that's something you gotta work on all the time. But when it comes to your money, stick to one thing for 1 year. I'm telling you, try investing for 1 year. Start with a small habit. $5 a week into the stock market. Like right here, I have the stock market challenge. It's called the 5 Alive challenge. And it's something so simple that anybody can do. If you have $5 to spend on coffee or a donut, you can put $5 into the stock market once a week. That's all I'm asking you to do, once a week. Start building the habit. Because when you start building a habit, you start becoming that person. Your identity starts to change. You become the investor that you say you want to be, instead of the person that looks at the other investors and says, how come I can't do that? Or how come I don't have that? We're not doing that anymore. We're becoming investors. We're changing who we are by doing the things that person, our future self, actually does. So again, if you need some help, I'm here to help you. Make sure to subscribe. And you can watch this video next on how I look at companies.